and welcome to this video. I will be discussing the top 5 melee weapons you must have in Remnant 2. In addition to telling you between these top 5, I'll also show you where you can unlock each of them. This is the melee build that I used in Apocalypse. This isn't a build video, so I won't go into much detail, but it was a build focused on survival over damage with shields, lifesteal, and stamina recharge to keep attacking and dodging. Alright, with all that out of the way, let's get right into it. At number 5, I placed the Ornate Flail. This melee weapon, even though not the strongest, or most special out of all the ones you can get, the swing speed on this thing, paired with its stagger damage, allowed most enemies to be stun locked, even more so if you had attack speed buffs. This weapon is found in an extra added part into any dungeon within Lassam. It is going to be hidden behind a painting which will ultimately lead to an altar of stone people. Each time you grab it, it will give you an upgrade. At number 4, I'm listing out the Stonebreaker weapon. This is a heavy weapon. It deals heavy damage, has a wide string, and it's not all that slow, but it's slower than most melee. It's great at dealing with hordes, and if you hold your charge attack, you get a special ground ranged move that is able to deal massive damage to most enemies, and it also one-shots most of your smaller mobs before they even get to touch you. This is gained by an alternate kill of the Corruptor boss. This is done by killing said Corruptor boss in the back of the boss room without dealing the killing blow to the stone golem. As long as the stone golem doesn't go down and needs that recharge time, you're good to go and you'll unlock this stone weapon from McCabe. At number 3 is the Spectral Blade. This melee weapon has a high crit damage but falls off because it doesn't have very high stagger potential. The neutral dodge charge attack, as long as stamina is present, can stun lock hordes of ground and flying enemies until they die. Not only that, this move is great for clearing out rooms, and who doesn't like a little extra scrap. This weapon is unlocked by killing the mystic form of Sha'hala, and I have this covered in a separate video. If you'd like that, it's in the comments down below. At number 2, I put in the Krell Axe. This weapon does beefy damage even though it doesn't have that much of a stagger. It is a very nice weapon that can decimate foes, paired with its special charge attack that allows you to throw it. When you throw this weapon, it can deal weak spot damage, dealing over 1,000 damage, and applies that static dot to even add more damage to it. This weapon is found in a secret area of Andaria's End, so you have to go through a simple puzzle of stepping on pressure plates and get to the middle of the rooms. Here you'll be able to find the Krell Axe on the ground, lodged into the floor. And at number 1, I have the Feral Judgement Claw weapon. This weapon's damage is crazy. You can place it almost on any build, but the beauty of this weapon is Death Sentence. After activating this weapon, you can do a neutral charge attack, which will, after a certain time, add multiple hits on the target, so you only have to hit them once. It also applies all on-hit effects, so you can stack the shield mutator on this. This weapon also holds a 13% crit chance for bonus damage, and even at a minus 15% stagger, it still will stun lock most small enemies. The biggest weakness of this weapon, though, is flying enemies, which you can't really deal with unless you whip out your gun, and that's always been an option, I guess. Now to unlock this weapon is another alternate boss kill option. When facing the Ravager boss, you will need to fight him, but during his fight, you need to kill the dough before he has a chance to feed on it. This is how you gain the piece that you need to create this weapon. And there you have it. Those are the top 5 must-have melee weapons in Remnant 2.